It's safe to say that Neo has taken a unique approach with the introduction of its Mastercard, and it's successfully gained significant traction in both the young adult and student segments in just the past couple of years. Moreover, with the introduction of perks on this card allowing you to customize your own cardholder experience, Neo has solidified its status in this category. Welcome back to the CreditVerse channel. My name is Alion, and today we're going to be diving deep into the Neo Mastercard. We'll talk about its earn rates, some of the subscription offerings and how much they're worth, and we'll finally conclude with who we think this card is really for. Now before we get into the earn rates, let's actually just start with the bonus. The bonus is a little bit different on this card compared to many other cards, as Neo operates a referral program, allowing you to get $25 if you use a referral link from someone who already has the card. We'd suggest asking your friends and family to see if anybody has the card and you can use their link, but if you guys can't find anybody, feel free to use the link we've put in the description below. Moving into the earn rates for this card, instead of earning different percentages on different categories like many other cards, you actually only earn at Neo's partners here. They advertise an average of 5% cash back across all their partners, but this of course means you get nothing back on the rest of your spend. If you're someone who spends a lot of money at Boston Pizza or Subway or any of the other partners quite regularly, it may make sense to actually get this card just because the 7 or 8% cash back you'd earn there would do much better than anything else you'd earn on another card. But otherwise, it may be just better to get a regular no annual fee cashback card that just earns 1% across the board. There is a bit of a saving grace here. Neo does round up your cashback to 0.5% of your total spend if you already haven't hit that, but that again is not really very much considering there's a lot of no annual fee cashback cards that just offer 1% right across the board. As is, the Neo card offers little in the way of perks and benefits, and it doesn't even offer things like purchase assurance or extended warranty, which are mainstays on pretty much every single other credit card we have here in Canada. Instead, Neo's offered what they call perks. Perks are effectively bundles that have certain benefits built in that kind of coincide with a specific lifestyle. The idea is that you can get the perks that you really want and get the bundles that bring you the most value, and you don't have to pay for all the other things that are included on another premium credit card and have to pay that significantly higher annual fee. First up is the food and drink perk. With it, you basically just earn 1.25x at all of Neo's partners that operate in the food delivery or dining space. This list is not quite comprehensive, but there is a wide range of options. For example, there's a couple of fast food stops like Subway or Second Cup, and there's some nicer sit-down restaurants like Joey's or The Keg. I'm going to be very generous here and say the average cashback of these partners is about 6%, meaning you'd have to spend $107 on Neo's partners every single month just to break even on this $2 you spend. Now, I personally don't see myself spending $100 at Neo's dining partners every single month, but if you're someone who goes to Subway pretty much every single day, or you get a coffee from Second Cup, this could really easily make it worth it. Next up was the most interesting feature to me. For $4.99 a month, you get access to a host of travel perks. This would be 2% back on foreign transactions, as well as a 1.5x multiplier at Neo's hotel partners. You also do get a pretty reasonable range of travel insurance, but of course it's not really going to compare to anything you get on a super high-end card, like for example an Amex Platinum or an Aeroplan Reserve. Interestingly, you also do get access to a Priority Pass membership. This is worth about $130, but you do need to pay $32 every single time you want to use the lounge, which I don't think makes it great value. Now to spice this up a little bit, they've added a smart delay feature, meaning if your flight gets delayed by over an hour, you get free access to the lounge. I haven't had the chance to actually use this, but if you guys have any experience with it, let us know in the comments below. Would I say this is worth $5 a month? Honestly, probably. $60 a year for some pretty decent travel insurance is pretty good considering you pay about $20 or $25 for a round-trip flight, meaning if you go on 2 round-trip flights a year, you're probably going to break even if you're going to buy the insurance anyways. Of course, there are a lot of other cards that also have travel insurance, so I wouldn't get this perk if you already have a card that comes with travel insurance because that's probably going to be about the same quality. Physical and mental health has become a focus point for many people over the past couple of years, and it's earned its own category in the Neo card. For $9.99 a month, you get a 1.25x multiplier on gyms, yoga studios, as well as vitamin and supplement stores, and you do get a free class at Oxygen Yoga and Fitness every single month, which usually runs you about $25. Additionally, you also get 2 digital subscriptions, Headspace Plus and Fit On Pro, so if you already are paying for these things separately, it may be worth just bundling them, paying the $10 a month and just calling it a day because you'd be saving a decent chunk of money. If you don't have these things and you just want to kind of try it out, it may still be worth it, but otherwise if you just want 1 or 2 of the items, it probably is just cheaper getting those separately as opposed to paying for the bundle for the entire month. Last but not least is a package called Mobile and Personal Protection, which includes mobile device insurance, as well as fraud, social engineering, and ransomware coverage. They've also thrown in a Dashlane subscription here, but I don't know if that makes it worth $10 a month or $120 a year. Cards like the Tangerine World Mastercard already offer the device protection for free, which is what I assume most people will get this package for anyways. Additionally, cards like the RBC Avion Visa Platinum, which costs $120 a year, also has all the same mobile device benefits, and it's just a better card overall, with some more travel perks as well as higher earn rates. The only real reason I'd probably do this is if you have a Dashlane subscription you're paying for already, and you already don't have a card that has mobile device protection. Overall, I do really like the fact that these perks exist. It makes it really easy to customize your card experience just by getting the things that you really want to pay for, and they don't saddle you with a $150 annual fee and then just put all the perks in and basically force feed you some of the benefits. Additionally, something I didn't mention previously is you don't have to pay for the perks for the entire year in advance. You can pay them on a month-to-month basis, and for example, if you're going to be traveling a lot in the summer, it may be worth paying like the 4 months just while you're traveling and getting those benefits and just not paying for it for the rest of the year. Of course, for things like device protection, I would probably just pay for it for the entire year because you don't really know when your phone's going to break, and I'm not entirely sure how it works if you stop the device protection and then start it up again. Overall, what do I see the future looking like for Neo? Well, there's two things. First, I see an expansion of the perks section. They're probably going to make some more premium perks that are tailored to people that would otherwise have something like an Amex Gold, or maybe a Visa Infinite card that has a $120 or $150 annual fee, just to convert them over and just entice them with some pretty solid benefits that they'd be getting on the other card. The next bit is kind of tying in with the exact same process, but it's when the people who currently have this card, like the students and young adults, get older, they get a little bit more income, they're probably going to want to do things like travel or just want more perks and benefits with their card. And I do see Neo transitioning to offering some more travel cards in the future. They've already started this with the introduction of the Cathay Pacific card later this fall, which they took from RBC, but I'm not really entirely sure what that's going to look like just yet. There's potentially going to be something like a partnership with WestJet or another airline that a lot of Canadians recognize. WestJet I think would just be a really solid one because RBC is currently the only bank that offers cards from WestJet. I think it'd be good to give them some competition. That being said, I'm really excited for what the future looks like for Neo, and I'll be following them pretty closely when they release this new card. Before we wrap up, let's talk about who this card is really for. Now, through researching this video, this answer became really apparent. If you're a student or a young adult who doesn't really care about a lot of the travel perks and you just want a free, no-frills credit card, this is a pretty decent offering, especially if you shop at a lot of the Neo's partners. It's super easy to use. Their app is probably one of the best I've seen for any bank in Canada, and it's really nice to just have a more integrated banking experience compared to a lot of the very clunky apps we've seen, maybe even TD or RBC. Their app experience is easily one of the best in Canada, and it feels like more of a tech company as opposed to a bank, because you can really easily see things like your balance, and you can add or remove perks just with a couple of taps, when otherwise with a traditional bank you'd probably have to give them a call and go through that entire process, which is much more frustrating. That being said, if you're someone who wants to start collecting points to travel, Neo may not be the best option right now, at least without their travel card, and there's other options like the CIBC Aeroplan Visa Platinum, which has no annual fee, but it's also a travel card, so you can start collecting some of the points and then maybe get some of those travel things off your bucket list. Overall though, this is a pretty decent card for someone who wants to keep it super simple and just wants to get started with their first credit card. Now with that, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, and if you want more content like this, be sure to subscribe. With that, we'll see you later. Take care.